Hey traders, Poke Dad here, and I've got three knuckleheads, KK Shiv 128, Julian, and Bart. So Bart, why don't you start us off? His camera, by the way, is not working, but he's here. I promise. It's not just a man in a sheet talking. So start us off, Bart.
Okay, so you want me to like introduce again?
What?
I'm gonna introduce. Yes. Okay. Hello, my name is Bart Musher. I play out of Dallas. Last time I was talking about how I messed up my Pop ID. I got those merged. I had a support ticket that actually went through, and so yeah, I have around like 280, 200. I think I have 284 points. Um, yeah, I play out of Dallas. I won a lot of cups and I did really bad at the regionals. So
All right, Julian.
Oh, hey, I'm Julian. I'm also from the Dallas area. I play with Bart and Kayden a lot. And I think I'm at like 260 something. I think I am. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to be heading to Toronto for that regionals and hopefully I can get my invite off of that. But yeah, I've been playing for a couple of years now and I'm getting better.
Nice. Kayden.
Hi, I'm Kayden Shivers. I'm a Denton boy, and I have around 264, 265 points. And I'm going to Wisconsin Regionals, and I'm hoping to get my Worlds invite from that.
All right, so why I've got these three knuckleheads on the show with us is we're going to be talking about DragonStorm, and they're going to let you know if it's a card you need to purchase or if it's a card you need to pass on. So I'm going to start us off with Charizard. And Bart, what do you think about this card, Charizard?
Um, so I'm also gonna talk about the Charmeleon that's also in the set.
Okay.
With the Charmeleon, if you don't know what it does, it has an ability that's practically Guzzlord's first attack, where you can discard. You discard the top five cards of your deck, and then if there if any of them are fire energies, you can attach them to the Charmeleon. So the main problem I have with Charizard is that it had an insanely high attack cost. It's like four energy you have to have four energy to use the attack. But like the Charmeleon with the ability makes it better. Yeah. So that's something that can benefit it. So with the Charizard, it does 30 more damage to or for each EX and GX your opponent has. I think it's pretty good. Um, yeah. Oh, never mind. The attack cost four or three energy. But yeah, I definitely think it's pretty good. It's probably not going to be too expensive, so I don't think. Yeah. Okay. It's probably going to be too expensive, so I would buy a couple of them.
Okay. So Julian, your thoughts on Charizard?
I'm definitely passing on this one. The only reason I don't like it that much is because, first of all, it's a stage two. And then having to, what's it called? Yeah, evolve to a stage two is really hard. And then its attack cost is very awkward. And it only does 130, so you're kind of setting up like an attacker that takes a while to set up, and it's not really worth it because you only do 130. Like honestly, if I wanted to do 130, I could do like I literally could play Zoroark and like put up a reverse rally. But the best part about this guy is that it does 30 more damage for each of your Pokemon EX and GX that your opponent has in play. And the damage can definitely rack up quickly, but I just don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's fast enough to power up. So I'm probably gonna be passing on this one.
Okay.
But as for Charmeleon, it's kind of good, but again, it do take too long to set up. And Charmeleon has what a 80
80. That's correct.
80 health, and then Char's only it has 160, right? So if I'm hitting into you, um, you're gonna be pretty low already. And setting up the big attackers isn't the best right now. And even and because you have to have the Charmeleon to set up your energy cost, you can't use Red Candy, which really hurts the deck. I think it slows it down a lot, and I'm probably gonna pass on it.
Okay. Kayden.
I think it's a purchase because even if you don't think it's that good and you just have it, you have four good-looking Charizards in your binder.
Yeah.
I think
I could buy four hyper rares.
Yeah,
They look really good, my binder.
But like every Charizard card ends up getting expensive, like just because of like the collector's value of it. So like there'll probably be some value to it. Like if it doesn't go for like playable value, there'll definitely be some like collectible value for it.
Okay, well, I have to side with Bart on this one.
I don't get my reasoning.
But okay, go ahead.
Just the
I'm sorry.
binder.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think the Charmeleon is that good. I think the one from Burning Shadows is better. And I like the Charmander a lot. If you run Celebi, then you can copy it. Then
Yeah.
you can do 40 damage for the burn. And then with the ability and Choice Band, the damage can stack up really quick. And that can probably get you a couple of one-shots and at least probably a two-shot.
Wait, what are the damage boosters? Just the burn and the choice band?
Fire Fang from the new Charmander.
Oh, Fire Fang, yeah.
It does 20 plus their burn, so that's initial 20 damage straight off the bat. So 40 damage is basically your base damage. Choice Band 70, and then you're looking at the damage modifiers with Charizard. So plus 30 for, and typically you're gonna have at least your opponent's gonna have at least 3 GX or EXs.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like set up a Charizard and then Celebi and Charizard. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And that's 2 energies. And once you get the third, then you can use the Charizard attack to get for sure one-shots.
Yeah.
And you can also like put like a counter on it, and if they if you can take a knockout, you actually live, and you can what's it called? You can just catch a fire and that'll be 2 energies because counter is colorless without it. That's a lot better actually. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Also, there's the speaking of counter energy, I was looking this up. There's the Charmander from Generations has the attack Playful, and it does 20 damage times the amount of damage counters on it. And so if they hit for like a 120 on the Charizard, then if you have like Celebi, then you'd be able to go like counter energy because it's fire and colorless. You can go like counter energy knockout with what do you call it? Playful because that can hit for like really high numbers when Charizard is 160 health.
Well, you're probably gonna be behind Charizard because you're like a pretty slow death. But I think it's yeah.
Did you read the end of the attack though? Flip a coin of heads, then it goes through.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. Don't play that. Please don't play that.
Okay. I'm still with Bart. I think it's definitely playable. And from our testing, we went with a straight, consistent Celebi version of it. And the only problem we ran into was the energy. And I don't like this chameleon because that means my rare candies and stuff I really need could be discarded. So I don't think that Charmeleon's the answer. But if we can figure out the energy on how to get 3 energies on Charizard, then it's gonna be taking one-shots for sure.
And if you're like attached to somehow, then you can do your Fire Fang and then you can attack with Molten Blast or something else.
Yeah.
But the only thing I have a problem with this is it also what's it called? It also depends on your opponent, right? Your opponent has to play. Yeah, that's the only bad part about it. But like literally, if they put 1 down, which they are of course, you're gonna be 160, and then you can stop a choice band. And if they have like, for example, using Zoroark, they have a Lele for the Bridget, right? Usually, and then they have like at least 1 Zoroark, right? So you're already gonna do 190 at that point, and then you have the choice band.
Yep,
but,
absolutely.
It kind of depends on your opponent, which kind of sucks, but that's about it. I feel like it would be like an auto loss, like play against like Ho-Kiawe, where it could be kind of hard if they like get her one Kiawe. Like if they like draw a hot, it'd be really hard. But
yeah, I don't know. We can figure out the energy. It's gonna be super good. But till then, I think it's a purchase, and maybe we'll get some sort of fire acceleration,
or maybe
like a fire patch. That would be awesome.
Or a good Charmeleon.
So, all right, moving on. Victini Prism Star. Bart, what you got for me?
It's really good. I think it's really good. So the main reason I think it's good is because what the attack does, it's 20 damage times the amount of energy you have in your discard. Then you shuffle it in your deck. So let's say that you're playing Volcanion, you're just playing as like a 1-up in Volcanion, and you promote that, and you've attacked twice, you like attach your Max Lifter to it. Then you can go Steam Up, Steam Up, Steam Up, Choice Band. yeah. So steam up, choice band, and I can't remember what that hits.
Each steam up is plus 50. Think about that. Each steam up is plus 50.
Yeah. So each steam up would be plus 50. So if you're hitting for 180 with a choice band.
Oh wait, no, steam up is plus 30.
Well, no, because
Yeah, but it does 20 more for each energy in the discard. So it's a 50.
Oh yeah,
It's a plus 50, yeah.
and
So
you're
it'd be
not,
180 then.
and you're not going to be what do you call it? You're not going to be you're not going to just have 3 energy in the discard. Like at that point, you probably have more than just those 3 energy in the discard, so you can hit for like much higher numbers than just the 180. And another good thing about it is it's a one prize attacker, and Hoopa decks are getting like much more popular. I know they have like Baby Volcanion, but then if you triple steam up on a Baby Volcanion, it only hits for 110, which is like 10 short of what I would go and have on it.
Yeah.
Not even taking into account fighting Fairy Belt. So I think that, especially because it's a one price attacker, and they only take one prize for knocking it out, I definitely think it's a bomb.
Absolutely. Julian, what you got?
Yeah,
we're
this
gonna
is
mix it up.
definitely buy this. Just because it's like a really good card in general, but I think it's kind of situational. Like I wouldn't really use it that often, just because sometimes with decks kind of rely on Electric Tank, but like with a deck that doesn't rely on that, I definitely play it. And also like in my mind, it just destroys mill. Like honestly, like say you're facing Sylveon, they're getting rid of all your energies. All they're doing is just adding damage to your attack, right? And then you can swing at them with like this. And of course, it only takes one prize card. That's one. I mean, two prize cards. Sorry, that's two prize cards closer to winning the game than you had before, which makes it like.
But then you already beat Mill. You already beat Sylveon.
Yeah, I know. Well, they have like what's it called? A dumbbell. It's just adding. It's like adding
Yeah, no, I
pay for the
think
Sylveon player. Like it's just an option.
Yeah, if you need to get energy back.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, it covers energy and stuff. It also prevents. It usually prevents deck out situations, which can be really nice.
Absolutely. Kayden, what you got?
I love the card. First of all, it's Victini, which that's great because that's my favorite Pokemon. And then second, if you do Kiawe to this new card that's coming up that we'll get to, and then you do its GX attack to do to attach to a Ho-Oh, then you have two attackers set up, and then you put two fire energies on the Victini, and once those two, the one with the GX attack and then the Ho-Oh get knocked out, that's 8 in your discard pile. You pull up Victini, you attach a choice band. That's 190 damage right there, and you're pretty much gonna close the game. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you said about like whatever Kiawe or whatever. I just kind of spaced out for a minute, but I definitely agree with that because like they used to play like Salazzle or whatever. Yeah, they used to play like Salazzle or whatever, and I don't think most lists play Salazzle anymore. But it's never a problem to get like 2 energy on Salazzle. So yeah, the only problem is it costs 2 energy. I guess it's never a problem.
I don't have an issue with the two elixir or the two energy costs because you're already running probably max elixirs and stuff like that.
14 fire.
But it's super good. I think it goes a one of in almost every fire deck. I can't think of one valid reason not to play it. It's just too strong late game.
I say purchase.
Definitely purchase one. All right.
Yeah, you can only play one anyway, so.
Or maybe I'll get one.
Next, we have our first GX. And Julian, you start us off. Reshiram GX. Pass or purchase?
Reshiram GX. Reshiram.
This is the card that I said where you Kiawe turn 1/2, and then you set it for its GX attack.
With the new card Flint, which we'll get to.
It's okay. Like I can't really think of why would you use it over something like Kiawe, but its GX attack is definitely pretty good. But the only thing I have with it has to be in hands, and that doesn't really happen that often. Like when you're playing like a Ho-Oh deck which plays tons of energy, that can happen a lot of times. But I think balancing. You can't really reliably set it up that often. Just because you have to have the energies in hand, and you might be playing something like Professional Letter. But if this is like what you're relying on to set up, I definitely wouldn't play it. But as a one of, it seems pretty good.
Scroll down and check out Flint, Julian.
Flint. Is that the one where you discard 2 and then turns back to 4? Yeah, I like that too, but sometimes it gets too much. Like having to Kiawe and then Flint the next turn. Like that's pretty cool though. I really like the idea of it.
Okay. Kayden, what you got for it?
I think it's good. I think it's 3. So I do think it's a purchase. What's concerning about it is the health. And then once you use its GX attack, its other 2 attacks aren't that good. It does 130 for 4, counting the burn. And then once you get those 4 energies on it, it's kind of stranded. And so you'd have to get your Ho-Oh up there quick. And trying to get the Flint and getting the 4 energies into your hand can be a little hard right after turn 1 Kiawe. But
yeah.
Other than that, I think it's a really good card.
Okay, Bart, what you got?
Okay. So I think there is intentionally made synergy with it in Flint. Doesn't mean I think it's good. I think it's horrible. I think it's really bad. So here's what it does. Its first attack is okay, but like there's nothing I'd really want to do with it. So first attack is okay. The second attack is horrible. Oh yeah, I forgot what it did. Second attack is horrible. The GX attack is like it's good, but like it costs 4 energies, and that means you're gonna have to attach to it 4 times or Kiawe onto it, which is something like I wouldn't want to do that when I could just go like discard energies with Ultra Ball or Steam Up or whatever, then put up a Turtonator and Nitro Tank. Like that just sounds like a much better option than having to like go through all this just to set up a Turtonator or just to set up a Rush Ram. I'm just gonna put 4 energy on it through GX.
Yeah, I also think it can be faster just to Elixir and use something like Baby Volcanian's attack where it attaches 2 energy from the discard to one of your benches. Like it seems like a lot because you can use Kiawe, right? But after you have the Kiawe and then find the Flints and then use your GX attack, that can just be kind of slow. But a really good thing about this attack, it actually does damage. So against like a Zoroark, you can one-shot it with a Choice Band, which is really appealing. I don't know that about the card, but other than that, I think it's like an okay card. I definitely purchased them though.
And you can steam up to do a plus 30.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually think it's good. Whether it's going to be played or not, I don't know because it is kind of a gimmicky combo card. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing it. I see what Kayden's saying about playing it with the Ho-Ho and then Victini. But there's a new card that Turtonator, the dragon one. I'm thinking play it with it and the Victini. You've got 2 outstanding 1 prize attackers. And if you can somehow get the Flint and get the energy in hand, and then you stack all that energy on Turtonator, and then you can also use Turtonator GX if you don't use Reshiram's GX attack. Use Nitro Tank onto Baby Turtonator or something like that. So I'm just trying to think in my head the best way to play it, but I think there's definitely something there. It's just whether someone invests the time to figure out the recipe.
I think someone will.
Yeah, I think the only part I like about this Turtonator is that it's dragon, so you can't steam up to it. Really
That's
sucks.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, and discarding 4, that gives you 200, and then choice band 230.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an awkward spot. You'd almost rather play Fighting Fury Belt to hit the 210.
Yeah.
So.
But the only problem with it is since it's dragon, you can't Kiawe to it.
But you can
Kiawe to it.
I think you can Kiawe to anything.
Yeah, you can Kiawe to it.
You can Kiawe.
Because you can Kiawe to like Snorlax and stuff like that.
Tapalela.
But I don't think you'd ever Kiawe to this thing because they might just get use one up and die.
No, but I'm just saying like if I'm playing choice band, I guess it could maybe help with guard more like hit numbers, but doubt it. Like, and who plays Gardevoir anymore?
So,
Yeah.
but all right. Next card, Kingdra GX. Kayden, start us off.
I think it's too slow, and the health is a little concerning. Only 50 HP and 40 HP for the horsies. And with Buzzwole being so big, those are just gonna get picked off so easily. And trying to set up a Kingdra, that's gonna be hard. But if you can, the Kingdra looks pretty good.
Okay.
Especially its first.
Bart, what you got? Kingdra
It's
GX.
trash. It's trash.
Okay.
Too slow. Takes too many energies to do too much.
Okay.
Lose to Blissapod. Lose to anything else that's grass. Lose to Bulu. Yeah, it's just bad.
Okay. Julian, anything to add to that assessment?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a pass. Just because of the Buzzwole problem.
I agree,
And
pass.
you're losing anything that runs Blissapod, and Buzzwole is going to be a really hard matchup. And you're taking too long to set up something that takes a lot of energy that doesn't do enough. Like, this attack Hydro Pump, it would be actually pretty good, but if it was like basic or anything. If it was a basic, it'd be pretty good, but yeah, I don't think it's that good, especially as a stage 2. I love Kingdra, I love the Pokemon, but this definitely should pass. And the attack, the GX, like 40 damage to your opponent's Pokemon, that's so underwhelming. Like, that's just awful. That's 2 flying flips.
I think the card is absolute garbage. So let's
it's so bad.
let's move on. Gyarados. Bart, start us off with Gyarados.
Let me find it real quick. Gyarados is okay. Yada 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 yada.
This is the one where you put 2 damage counters on each of your bench Pokemon, right?
Yeah. I was thinking with the attack though. So Gyarados is a bad deck and expanded. Nobody plays it anymore. It got like 1 top 8 whole season, and like I was reading Finnegan Lynch's like 1,000-word description about like why he thinks it's a bad deck, and yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty bad. Anyways, it's bad.
Okay, Julian, what you got? Gyarados.
It's just not good. Like I don't know what else to say about it. Like it has 160, which is really nice, but again, this Magikarp is sized to Buzzwole because that's 30 HP. And the fact that it puts 2 damage counters on each of your bench Pokemon, it's kind of cool because you think about it has synergy with the other one where does a lot of damage for each of the damage counter on your Magikarps. But I don't know why you would ever choose to just stick this in the active, hoping it doesn't get Guzman around, or when you can just play Magma Base. And even then, Gyarados isn't the best deck in Expanded right now. So I really don't think why you would ever play this card. I think it's definitely a pass. There's just better cards out there.
Kevin, what you got?
I mean, unless the wording is a typo, I don't think it's that good. The attack is, it's kind of awkward with the 2 water and a colorless, which is basically 3 waters, and 160, then 190. Then you would have to do the Professor Kukui to hit the magic 210 number, and it just doesn't seem that good.
Yeah, honestly, I would definitely try testing this thing out if it didn't have that really awful ability.
No, but here's the.
Like if it was like reduced damage or something, that'd be a lot better because you could like Aqua Patch, attach 160 plus Choice Band plus Kukui 210. That just seems like a lot.
So yeah, the biggest problem I have with the deck is, or no, like another problem. I was just looking at the card, and another problem with it is the attack is like you have to put 2 damage counters on your bench whenever you get attacked into. So let's say you get attacked into, and you put 2 damage counters on Magikarp. So and for like expanded, maybe you can go full relic whatever the attack is called. Anyways, then say they hit into the Gyarados again, then all your Magikarps are gonna get knocked down. They take 3 tries about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my thoughts on it. Initially, I was on the fence, but the more I think about it, Oricorio is just going to absolutely demolish you if you have Magikarps on the bench and you're placing 2 damage counters on each of them. So until Oricoro rotates out or people quit playing it, the card's dead to me.
Yeah,
So-
pretty bad.
All right, so Lapras, Julian, what you got?
I don't really know what to say about it. It's just kind of like it's very mediocre. I think the only thing you ever do to play this card is to play it in like a water deck that completely dies to Hoopa. So you just play this as attack to try to beat it. But even then, it takes a lot of energy just to knock it out. And it only has 120. It's also weak to grass. Just really disappointing. I don't really see anything I've ever used this card for.
Okay. Kayden, what you got for Lapras?
Seems like a off-brand Buzzwole with its first attack. Very crappy off-brand. And then its second attack, just 10 more isn't really enough for this format. If it was 20 more, then I think it'd be pretty okay. But 10, I don't think just isn't enough.
Okay, Bart, what you got?
Oh, it's just bad. I mean, I don't really think there's anything special about it. It's kind of one of those, like, 95% of any set that's never printed. It's just bad cards. It's just kind of one of those bad cards.
Okay. I completely agree with you guys' assessment. Don't like the card at all. Quagsire. I think that's how you say it, right? Quagsire? Kayden, start us off. What you got?
I don't think its attack is that good, and with it only having 120 health, that's not very much. And by the time you get it up there, Buzzwole's probably just gonna already knock it out. Even with it being a stage 1, that's if you're going first, that's probably like 60 damage with all the new stuff Buzzwole has. And then turn 2, you get it, and that's pretty much only 2 energies on it. You're still short on energy. You don't even get to attack unless you can get some aqua patches played. And then by then you just hit them for 60, 80, 100, 120, 150 with a choice band. And then you're just going to get knocked out, and that's setting up your whoopers for getting knocked out next turn also. I don't think it's that good.
Okay, Bart, what you got?
Quagsire?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually think it's pretty good. I don't know of anything yet that it could be used for. Yeah, so I don't know of anything yet that it could be used for. But so, like, say that it's almost, like, not exactly kind of like the Malamar cards and, like, the Bronzong cards that we have printed in the way that they, like, get energy and, like, places. Like, say you're going to discard energy for cards like Malamar, but something else you can take into account, like, with, like, Lapras, like the old, like, Lapras decks, like the Water Box deck, that would, like, retreat, like, Manaphy X and whatever, and they would have something else to put up in the active. So if you have, like, Quagsire or whatever on the bench, then you can, like, do whatever the ability is. Do a washout, like, a couple of times. Oh, but you only need one on the bench. I didn't realize that it's as often as you like. So yeah, if you just have one Quagsire on the bench, then you can just like move them up all up into the active and just like hit into something again.
Okay, Julian?
I'm actually kind of in between. I think it's an okay card. I think the ability is actually pretty good, but we don't really have anything that's like that's good with it right now. I think the only thing you ever use it with like Lapras or like something that you can get elixirs from the bench to the active. That's a water type. I think you only play this like as a 1/1 or 2/2 if you really want to. If you really wanted to, but I think the ability is actually pretty strong.
Would you?
It is not the right partner right now, but I think when that partner comes out, it'll be pretty good.
Would you say Shining Genesect is better than this card?
Isn't that? But isn't that just a grass to itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can move the grass from any of your Pokemon to itself once per turn.
Well,
So same ability, kind of.
And then the Quagsire is not an attacker; it's just a form of Pokemon. So I think they definitely have different uses.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on the fence. We just have to see what kind of support we get. What other water support we get.
I think if there's better attackers, then it could definitely be used pretty well. But right now, I don't think it's that good.
Right now, no, but we have to see what the future brings. All right, moving on. Let's get to Dragonite GX. Julian starts up.
Dragonite. So if I look back at the what's it called? Is it Blaine? No, no. Yeah, I'm gonna look at one of the trainers. I think there's a trainer, right? Yeah, Lance. Lance Prison Star. You can only play this card once one of your Pokemon is knocked out. After your opponent's last turn, and you can search your deck for 2 Dragon Pokemon, right? And put them on your bench.
Right.
So I don't know if that means basics, but if it's not basics, I think it's actually kind of strong.
It's any Dragon Pokemon, so you can grab them. You can
So
grab 2
I think
Dragonites.
it's okay. Yeah, I think it's okay, but it kind of requires too much setup. And its attacks are kind of eh. Like you can double Carlos and double Dragon, but I don't even think double Dragon's in the format anymore, is it?
Nope.
Yeah, so like expanded you could do that, but Dragon isn't like a powerful type at all. And then you're kind of setting up too much damage. You're setting up too much for too little. Again, like what I said before. Like you're doing 200, right? Well then you can't attack, and if you're playing this deck and you have to have double Dragon energy, which means you're probably playing it expanded. And you can't do that because you never play something like this because you can do something you can put like Zoroark, which does more damage for less. But for a GX attack, it requires not awkward, but a little too much for my liking. Like you put 3 Dragon types from your discard pile onto your bench, and you can probably beat them like an Altaria, which is I think is the one that does 20 more damage. Yeah.
Yep.
So you do 20 more damage, right?
Yep.
But again, you're setting up for 200 and not being able to attack. I think it could be really cute. I think it could be pretty fun to play. But I think getting that what's it called, not Blaine. Lance is really important for the deck, and you can only play one of them. If it's private, you're screwed, and if you have to discard it, you're screwed. So you couldn't really play Sycamore in the deck. You have to play Cynthia's, which would make your deck a little more less consistent. And you're just relying too much on this Lance Prison Star, in my opinion.
Okay, Bart, what you got?
So I think I think it's okay. The only thing I think about the card is like completely like a really off like just deck that just goes straight in for the first attack and like 2 or whatever shotting and just like relying on your opponent not being able to like one shot you because that's like 250 health. And I think you play like a really thin Dragonite line, but like just have like a bunch of Dragonites that you can throw in the discard pile and use the GX attack for. So I don't think it's very good. But if I were like going to play it, like that's like the only way I play it.
Okay, Kayden, what you got?
I would Bart with the first attack. I think that's what's eye-catching for me. That, and I like its 250 health. And I think running it with like only like a couple Alterias to hit for 120, and then set up for a bunch of 2-shots, and then if you just attach a lightning energy, then I think you can run like some max potions in it. And is the N normal or dragon?
What?
It's a dragon in.
Okay. The GX attack is dragon.
Yes,
Okay.
you'd put 3 Alterias on the bench. Essentially, you'd want to put 3 Alterias, so that's 6 plus 60 damage with the initial 70. So you're at 130. Choice band 160.
That's not really how I see it. I'd see like you could play like in like whatever Terry evolved from. You could play like a line of that and just play like a really thin Dragonite GX line and just like toss away a bunch of Dragonite GXs and yeah.
I agree with Bart. I think that'd be the way to run it. But I don't think really run that many of the Alterias because I think it'd be best just to go for the 120 with the choice band and then set up the 2-shots and then play like maybe a hefty 4-line of choice band.
Yeah, and also like You have to remember that Parallel City is still in the format. I think Parallel would really hurt this deck, honestly. Like if you were going for the route where you have like a bunch of Altaris on the bench, that would really hurt you. So I think it's probably better to go for like the one Altaria plus a choice band for the for the 120 to go for the 2 shots with the max potion.
I want to see that.
But I think the most eye-catching thing is the HP.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ability to do 70 for just one. I think it was like if it was like 90, that would be kind of cooler. But
I want to say that the list would be heavily inspired off of Ian Rob's like first places like Zorpod. Not like definitely like completely different decks, but like a really similar strategy. Like for example, he played like 2-2 Lorantis and be switched over like 2-2 Galissa or 2-2 Altaria, but then you'd be playing like similar counts of healing cards. Like he played like 3 Ace Arola, 2 or 3 Ace Arolas, but then you'd like up that to like the amount of max potions. I think the deck would also run pretty similarly to take like 2 shots with whatever.
I'm on the fence. I honestly haven't really racked my brain on how to play that, the best way to play it, so I don't have much to say
it's
about
a
it.
cool card though.
It's definitely interesting. So, do we need to touch on Flygon? Prevent all effects of your opponent's attack except for damage done to your dragon.
I think Flygon's fine.
Yeah, it's just stage 2. It's awful.
Yeah. We all agree, right? Ken?
Pretty bad.
Okay.
Isn't it? It's a false. Oh, it's not false. Never mind.
So we talked about Altaria, got a reprint. It adds 20 damage to your dragon Pokemons.
I think it gained 10 health from the original.
I think it's just a reprint.
Didn't the original have 70 health?
I can't remember. That was years
The
ago.
original did. Wait, how much health did this one have?
80.
It says 80.
Yeah, the original had 70.
Okay.
Knew it.
Alright, so what do we think about that? Bart?
Altaria?
Yeah.
I think it's good, but everything right now could be paired with is bad. So,
Dragon is not a strong type right now.
I don't think it can be paired with anything. Then you just lose to Gardevoir. It's like flat out. Even though nobody plays that. But, I mean, you could if you're playing Dragon types, which is the only type they can play, and you play against like Sylveon or whatever, then they could just go DCE Fairy Wind and just kill you, like knock out everything on the board.
Yeah, the only thing I like to pair this with is try it out with like Max Elixir and Northern's. I know DDE isn't in the format anymore. That might be a little too inconsistent, but I probably want to try it just for fun.
Ken, what you got?
I think it's pretty good. I think if there were better dragon attackers, then it'd be really good, but without it,
yeah.
I mean, I think run it with the Dragonites, and that'd probably be the best thing it'd be paired with.
Okay, we got a new Zekrom.
Zekrom.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I think you can only tech it for like I don't know, like a Hoopa, like this. You can tech it against Hoopa, and when you're playing like Magnetism Lightning version, for some reason I don't know why you would ever be playing that, but it's the only way I would ever use it.
I mean, wait, did you see like the Magnetism Electric version?
Yeah, you can just do that. But I think I just passed it.
But he could just put up. They could just put all the energies in the Magnetism.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a good card.
I think it's pretty bad.
Ken, agree?
The only thing I see good with it is that it doesn't have like a water fighting fire attack, and that it's just straight electric and colorless. But I don't think it's that good.
Okay, so White Kyurem GX. Kayden, start us off.
Its first attack is, I mean, it's a shred, and its second attack, I mean, you can set it up with the rainbow energy to damage it for 10, and then Altaria, but once you damage yourself, then you're to that not very good 180 spot that your health doesn't really want to be there. And maybe if it had 200 health, it'd be better, but I mean, it's also a kind of awkward energy cost. Fire, water, and colorless.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'd ever not play this card, just because like it's like has an awful energy cost. Like no deck would ever play something like that. Like no deck plays water and fire Pokemon, besides like Volcanion, and that deck doesn't even play water Pokemon.
The GX attack looks good though. If you're not
It
counting
does,
the
but not with
energy.
the energy cost.
Yeah.
I also agree with you about that.
I think it's a pass.
Yeah, it's definitely a pass.
Yes.
It's pass until Double Dragon gets reprinted, which this format is in dire need of.
Yeah,
So-
I was surprised after it didn't get reprinted in whatever set had a ton of dragon types in it.
This
But
one.
it still hasn't got reprinted. I was so shocked.
Okay, next card, Baby Turtonator. And I'll start us off on this one because I think it's really good. I think it's definitely going to see play in Fire decks. So, Julian, what you got?
It's okay. I think we already talked about it enough to the point where you have to like Kiawe to it or Max Elixir a lot. And like 3 fire isn't even that bad because you play elixirs and stuff. But I think because you can't really steam up with it and it's not a fire type, that really turns it around for me. Like I don't like the card that much just because it's dragon type and that it can't use steam to its advantage. And
Okay.
if you could, I think the card would be pretty okay. But without that, I don't think it's the best. Because you
Agreed.
need to have like 4 fires. It only has 110 HP. If it had like 130 maybe or 140, that'd be even better. But it only has 110, so I don't think that's enough to commit that much energies to it.
Well, I was thinking of like using it and the Victini to basically get 4 prizes. It's kind of how I'm seeing this card being played.
Where are you gonna get the last 2 prizes from?
I don't know.
You ask your opponent to scoop and then
Yeah, by that point, they're so far behind they'll just scoop, right?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, Bart, what you got?
The new Turtonator is bad.
Thanks, Bart.
I don't think it's good because you're having to put like 4 energies on it to like hit for like 210. You definitely have to put 4 energies on it to hit for 210. My only thinking for that is it has 110 health, and like if you Kiawe onto it turn 1, then that's just like way worthless compared to Kiawe onto a Ho-Oh. And if you Kiawe onto a mid game, then it's just gonna get knocked down. You're gonna waste that turn and that supporter. So there's really not much good about it.
Where I was thinking was using basically Turtonator, its big brother, to use Nitro Tank to power it up. I don't know.
That's like compared to like, I don't think that's good compared to like I don't think that's much compared to just going Nitro Tank GX to power up 2 Volcanion EXs or a Ho-Oh. Like I just think there's like so much better options than actually than putting it on the Turtonator.
Yeah.
Okay. Kayden, what you got?
I think it's pretty not very good. I think
I'll suck.
maybe if it did like a 10, then.
I'm gonna build a deck around this card. I'm gonna beat both of y'all's butts with it.
What about Bart?
And
what
Bart.
about Julian?
Well, Julian didn't say anything too negative about it. Just you and Bart.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just Turtonator. It wasn't all Turtonator. You didn't do anything y'all.
Yeah.
You don't have a way to get the last 2 prizes.
Fair enough. The old man might be crazy on that one, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on
I'm
to
gonna beat you with the Dragonite deck.
Flint. We've already touched on it a little bit. Bart, what you got? How good is this card gonna be?
What did you say?
Flint, how good is it gonna be?
Oh, it's awesome.
What?
Wow.
What's
That's a hot sports opinion.
That is really harsh. Jeez. We were talking about this card with that other guy that like takes 5 energies from the
Rush Ram.
hands guy, and you're like, no. What's up?
Volcanion is bad because it loses to practically everything.
Bart, I'll beat you at deck any day. Come on.
It loses to Espeon Guard. It loses to Buzzwole like 99% of the time. It loses to Greninja. It loses to Zoroark Lycanroc. It definitely loses to Lucario. It's just bad. That's
Well-
the only deck you played and you got Steam up. It's just basically bad.
In all fairness, almost everything is going to lose to Buzzwall when it gets all these new techs. Because from our testing, it's hitting 120 on turn 1 consistently. It's just nuts. So, all right, Julian, what you got? Flint.
I actually think it's very good. So
Ah.
I actually really like the deck. And the only problem I have with the deck is that if you don't run hot, you don't beat anything. But I saw some lists around that were running like 2 Professor's Letter. I think you definitely cut those 2 Professor's Letter for these 2 flints. You're getting more energy. And say you have a god setup, you have like 3 Volcanians and it's attacking things active. For example, like and that's not even hard to do. Like if you nest ball, if you like hit one, nest ball, and Brooklyn Hill, then you have like an baby wolf in the active. Then you can play Flint, right? Attach one to the active, triple steam up, and then knock out. Not knock out, just like do a lot of damage and set up your attackers. And even if you're not using all 4 of them, if you have like 2 on the bench, which you basically always have 2, then you're gonna have a spare fire for the next turn in your hands, which is always good.
We'll
And I think it's just good to be honest. Like Professor's Letter was always okay just because they got 2, but this getting 4 definitely makes it a lot better.
See,
I definitely think it's better.
and you would be powering up the little baby Turtonator, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. All right.
So just play all your elixirs, attach Turtonator, and then you just swing with Turtonator.
All right, Kayden, what you got? Flint.
I think it's pretty good. You set up your Charizard, turn 2, and you have all that energy somehow on it. And then you get 4 Volcanions on the bench. Then you play it, you steam up 4 times, and then you blast him out of the water with
For
your
like
Charizard.
300 damage.
When have we ever steamed 4 times though?
I do it all the time, Bart.
Wait, I don't think you can steam up on Charizard. You do it to a Ho-Oh. Turn 1 Kiawe, and then you Flint, and then steam up. And Choice Band.
All Kiawe based things are just bad. Like Ho-Oh is okay.
Hey, you remember when Kayden beat you with Ho-Oh Kiawe?
Yes, but
Yes, but
Wait, what was that, Bart? Kiawe what? Kiawe what?
you're cutting out, Bart. Can't hear you.
Kiawe survived. It's the best way to play Kiawe. Like there's no other way to play Kiawe. It's gonna be as good as Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh's not even that good. So.
With Kiawe, I always feel like if I don't get the turn 1 Kiawe, I'm just gonna get my butt whipped.
Yeah, it's how it is.
That's how I feel whenever I play it.
Hey,
Okay. So.
Don't you dare say Dragon's Talon.
No, DragonStorm sucks.
Just play Choice Band.
Play Choice Band.
Right. Blaine's Explosive Battle. You can only play it if it's the last card in your hand, and for each of your fire Pokemon, draw 2 cards. Bart.
So bad.
Bart, what do you think?
I actually don't think it's that bad, and I'll tell you why. Volcanion decks can play down their hands.
Okay.
Well, I thought Volcanion decks were bad.
They are, but like.
Yeah, he just said that.
If you are going to play one, you can play down your hand if you need to.
But why would you? But you never can because you run too many energies.
I don't think
That's my point.
Steam up. So
I know, but you literally hit so many energies, and the deck is already not the most consistent thing in the world. So playing something like Blaine's Explosive Battle, it just makes your deck. It's just an option that you're never gonna be able to use.
I mean, no, you can use it at points. I don't think it's very good. Like I don't think there's any good fire decks that you can pair it with. But yeah.
Okay, Julian, since you're arguing about it, what do you think of the card?
It's so bad. Like first of all, when I play Volcanion, I never have space in the deck at all. And then getting your hand onto one is super hard when you're playing like 14 energies. Like even with Steam Up, it can be super hard. Like I've drawn 7 energies from a Sycamore. No joke. Like it's pretty bad. Like play and you have to hit the Blaines too. You can Lele for it and stuff, but a lot of times you're gonna wanna have like a Lele that you had to use. Two Volks, 1 baby Volk in the active, like a Turtonator, maybe like a Stormy or an Artillery. And you don't have space for a Lele to find another Lele to find his Blames. And it's just having 2 Liliths on the bench is just never good. And searching your deck out for supporters isn't the most optimal thing for the deck, just because you need the bench space so badly. And that's why I'd rather play like an extra Cynthia or an extra Sycamore instead of this card. Because I don't think I'm ever going to be able to play this card ever.
Hard to play an extra Sycamore when you're running 4 already.
All right,
Like
Kayden,
an
what's next?
extra Cynthia or extra, and really anything. It could be like a Lily anyway.
I at first thought it was good until I saw that it has to be the last card in hand. And
Yeah, we realized that me and Kayden realized that just before it started. I thought the card was like busted.
I thought it was pretty good at first, but now that I see that, I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's good. So moving on. Lance Prism Star, we touched on it. It's the
One where you can put 2 dragons.
yeah, you can grab 2 dragons. So quickly, is that a pass or a purchase, Julian?
I'll purchase 1 just because I know it's going to be cheap, because prison supporters will usually never be good. Like, for example, when I played Cyrus in Greninja, I never hit it because you're always 1 set up. And with the Dragon deck, if you ever hit this card, you can never play Sycamore. Because if you discard it, you can never play it. And the card is really powerful, right? And you can't discard it because it's so good for your strategy that it's okay. I'll definitely buy 1, but I think it's okay. But in the Dragon deck, it's basically a must because you need it to set up.
Okay, Bart, what do you think?
I'd buy it. I just buy 1. Yeah.
Kayden?
I like how y'all say I'll buy 1, but you can only run 1 in the deck. But I think I'd purchase it. It doesn't seem that bad. Maybe the Dragonite will become a really good deck.
Okay. And I think that's it. It's a relatively small set. There's not a whole lot going on with it.
What about the new
Yeah,
Wishy-Washy?
I got one more. I got one more thing.
Okay, what you got?
It's the Wishy-Washy, the one with the ability.
Just said that.
It's like it's when it's in play, your Wishy-Washy GX's attacks do 20 more damage, which is completely useless, but it gives your Wishy-Washy GX's 20 more HP.
Okay.
And I kind of like it, just cause 20 more HP is good and stuff. And if you play like 1, you can never really get punished for it, cause you're playing what's it called? You're playing a bunch of GXs, but I probably wouldn't play it, but I just kind of wanted to mention it because it seemed kind of cool.
You're still getting one shot by Glyphopod.
No.
You're not? You're not? How?
It stacks up.
Is weak to lightning.
No, he said play 1. Julian said play 1.
You can do more than 1. I say
No,
4
I mean,
Wishy-Washies,
it's
4 more Wishy-Washies.
No,
And they have different names.
It's on the bench, right? So so you give your Wishy-Washy GX's 20 more HP.
Hit him with that Fighting Fury belt. That's plus 120 health, and it's not weak to grass.
It's not weak. Wishy-Washy's not weak to grass?
No, it's
So Wishy-Washy
weak to electric.
Oh, lightning. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Run some
Well,
crazy
it still
damage.
has 30 HP, so it's still going to get its butt whipped to Buzzwole.
No,
Yeah, but you would never play down if you're playing against Buzzwole. That's why I wouldn't play like 4.
Mr. Mime.
No.
But why would you play a Wishy-Washy GX deck in the first place?
Stall.
Stall.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an okay deck. I wouldn't say it's bad.
I would say it's horrible.
Maybe we'll get a new Wishy-Washy GX. Because I don't think the first attack for 20 is that very good.
What if it's like 1 for 60 and we throw 4 Wishy-Washies and like plus 80, choice pen plus 30?
I know what good is.
170, boys.
That's not good. But Gumi with a choice band? No, that's good.
Both strategies seem very shaky at best. All right, so that's pretty much it. Anything else about the set that we need to touch on?
Oh, Brooklyn Hill, that's a really good card.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be played.
It seems like
It's actually really good.
Maybe we can run it with our Volcanians to set them up even better.
Oh, really? Maybe one with Buzzwoles too?
Yeah. We can
Yeah.
do
We
that
get some
too.
we get some notable reprints. We get the Aqua Patch back. We get Brooklet and the outfield.
And we
Those
get
are Yahweh, I guess.
Those are all okay.
never been used before.
They
so,
might see play.
Yeah.
So, but anywho, thanks for coming on to the show here, Julian and Bart, and till next time, be excellent to each other.
Party on, dudes.